So Vice President Joe Biden addressing the elephant in the room. So will he or won't he run for president? This is a Real Clear Politics average has Hillary Clinton handily beating the vice president 50 to 14%. But an ABC News Washington Post poll shows Clinton's favorability on the downslide, dropping 7 points since last month. So could those dwindling numbers encourage Biden to jump into the race? According to the VP, the decision is more personal than political.
I will be straightforward with you. The most relevant factor in my decision is whether my family and I have the emotional energy to run. But the honest-to-God answer is I just don't know.
Time to bring in Larry Sabato, director at the UVA Center for Politics. Welcome to The Real Story, Larry.
Thank you so much. Nice to be with you.
Okay, so what do we make of Joe Biden?
I think he was honest there. Given what's happened with his family, the tragedy and the death of his son, I have no doubt that the first barrier he needs to get past and his family has to get past is whether they can be all in. You have to be all in for a presidential campaign. You can't be just halfway there. You have to be 100% there. And if for some reason you can't, it's probably better not to run.
Well, do you think any of this, though, a lot of it has to do probably with the fact that Hillary Clinton seems to be slipping with trustworthiness, honesty. The email scandal continues to overshadow her campaign. I mean, maybe Biden wasn't even thinking about it, but now things have changed, right?
Sure, I think that's a possibility as well. He saw an opening which caused him to begin to think about something that he had more or less put on the back burner and maybe not on the burner at all. So I think that's part of it. And he may get to those political questions. I've never met a politician who didn't think he could win, regardless of the odds and wherever the race. And Joe Biden is quite an optimist. So I don't think that's going to hold him back. He could always find a way to put enough money together to at least become standby equipment for the Democrats if Hillary were forced out of the race.
All right. And the first debate isn't until mid-October, so he does have some time. Meantime, on the GOP side, new poll from Monmouth University. I know you've seen it, Larry. It shows Donald Trump with a commanding lead, gaining 4 points since the first debate. Now he's at 30%. Here's the Donald on that.
Everybody, Rand Paul attacked me. I see the last poll, the Monmouth poll just came out today, where I'm leading by double figures, and Rand Paul is down to less than 2%, and he attacked me.
All right, so it appears that if you attack Donald Trump, you go down in the polls. Do you agree with that?
If you attack him, you go down in the polls. If you don't attack him, you go down in the polls. At least that's true for most of these Republican candidates. But look, you know very well, at the second debate, there will be at least a half a dozen candidates who are going to be loaded for bear, and the bear is named Donald Trump. Now, he'll give it right back to him. But I do think that the debate process, as it unfolds, will shake up the race. It may be gradual. It may be dramatic, depending on what happens in those debates. As we saw with the first Fox debate, it had a real impact on the horse race.
It did, but Rand Paul did go down, and he was pretty much the only one who went after Trump in that debate. So it will be very interesting to see. Let me ask you this. Do you think that this is a phenomenon like we've never seen before in politics? Speaking of Donald Trump.
Well, it's unusual. I'm not going to say it's never happened in any way, because we've had a lot of anti-establishment populists who have run for both party nominations and as independent candidates. But I'll say this, in the modern era, this is unique. Unique with a capital U.
I was just going to say, definitely a capital. All right, Larry Sabato, always great to get your insights. Thanks. Have a great holiday weekend.